Carbohydrate counting is a meal planning method based on how many grams of carbohydrate, or carbs, you eat at each meal. When you have diabetes, you need to balance the carbohydrate in your meals because 90% of the carbs we eat turn to sugar within 1 to 2 hours. So too many carbs at a meal can raise your blood sugar levels. The more carbs you eat, the higher your blood sugar levels rise, and too many carbs can overload the body's insulin supply. However, we still need some carbs because they provide us with energy so we can function throughout the day. The answer is to eat them as part of a balanced meal plan, which also includes protein and healthy fats. Counting carbs will allow you to be more flexible with your meal planning. The total number of carbohydrate eaten at every meal is based on your activity level, your health, and your current weight. It is best to work with a dietitian or certified diabetes educator to learn the right amount of carbs for you. But if you have not met with a dietitian, you can begin with some general guidelines. First, know that you can either count your carbohydrates in grams, such as on a food nutrition label, or by carb choices, whichever is easiest for you. 15 grams of carbohydrate equals 1 carb choice. If you are a woman, start with 45 to 60 grams, or 3 to 4 carb choices at a meal. If you're a man, have 60 to 85 grams, or 4 to 5 carb choices at a meal. Snacks generally include 1 carb choice or 15 grams. To get started, you need to identify which foods have carbs and learn the correct portion sizes of each. Examples of 1 carb choice, or 15 grams, include 1 slice of bread, a small piece of fruit, 1 cup of milk, or 1/3 cup of pasta. You may think 1/3 cup of pasta is not very much, but if you're a woman, for example, and are allowed 3 to 4 carb choices at each meal, that means you could have a total of 1 1/3 cups of pasta. Next, it's important that your total carbohydrate intake stays nearly the same at each meal, so your blood sugar stays stable throughout the day. You may wonder, how will I know how I'm doing? What if I count wrong? All you need to do is just check your blood sugar 2 hours after the start of your meal. If your blood sugar is over 180 milligrams per deciliter, you may need to double check or adjust your carbohydrate next time. Here's an example of a lunch menu for a man or woman using 60 grams of carb or 4 carb choices. Note that turkey and mayonnaise do not have carbs. Finally, when you carb count, you can have sugar. Occasional sweets are okay as long as you account for their carbohydrate content. Keep in mind that sweets are typically not a healthy choice, and many are high in fat. So eat small amounts and only if your blood sugar levels are under good control and in their target range. Remember, by counting your carbohydrates, you can manage diabetes and lead a healthier life.